Okay. What was that you were just saying about how do you want it?
So yeah, like Park, sometimes you think when you write the when you hear the song, some people you sometimes you just think the rappers wrote the lyrics, but they actually a lot of them write the hooks as well. So the how do you want it? How do you feel? Coming up as a nigga in the cash game, living in the fast lane, line for real. When it's written, it's just words, right?
Yeah.
Wrote it, but he didn't like how he sounded on it when he sang it.
Yeah.
So he was in the hotel with Dalvin, and Dalvin was like, just let Casey and JoJo sing it. And then he, got them to record it, and then he was telling them how to sing, and they were like, yeah, yeah, yeah. As soon as he left, they're like, we'll sing this shit our way. like, we're the singers, you're the rapper in it. And so
Yeah.
came up, they sang it that way, and it was just boom, and then they did the tracks. So a lot of people don't realize, even Biggie, like if you listen to Crush on You, you
Yeah.
know, he wrote the whole song.
That makes sense.
yeah, because the flow is immaculate.
Yeah.
But if you listen to Little Kim's lyrics, who he wrote a lot of her lyrics, to put his mind in in that personality with such creativity and sound like a female speaking.
Yeah. Yeah, that's to be honest, that's actually really, really a good point to note because sometimes I remember when I first started in comedy and I was writing scripts for stuff, all my characters had the exact same voice. They were all me, but just like me as a baker, me as a policeman, me me as a woman. It's like you have to really learn how to get into someone else's voice in order to write for them. It's quite a skill in and of itself. So yeah, but I mean, obviously, like you said, these guys are artists as well. So Casey and Jojo would have put their own, oh that God, no God, all those ad
Like,
libs and
they
stuff
would
on
know
top
where
of
to
it.
do the riffs, they would know where to do
Yeah,
the ad libs and stuff like that. And the more they hear the song, the more like when they sang it live, for instance, and Georgia were just doing a madness with it. And so you see how talent combines is that hip hop and R&B relationship. It's like Beans and Gary, like Yam and Egg.
it's needed, bro.
It just worked.
Is
And
it, but okay, but who's your top three R&B R&B hook singers for rap songs?
top three
Yeah.
R&B hook singers. You can never go wrong with Mary J. Blige.
Okay. Okay.
Mary J. Blige was the hook master.
Okay. She was on Ghostface Killer. She was on
Fucking man
uh
on to get by.
yeah, 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 yeah. That was sweet as well. But who else did she sing on?
Well, she sang in case touch me, tease me, but that's more hip hop ballad as opposed to rap.
Yeah, I'm talking about like rappers call
Dr.
you
Dre's
because you're gonna make this a hit.
Dr. Dre's song when he did the tribute to I think his brother that died. She sang the hook on that.
Okay.
That was a lot.
I don't think Mary would make my top three, though.
Well, she called it the godmother of soul for a reason. That's what was the hip hop, the hip hop. I guess when you wanted someone to sing it. I guess well, she was like the life. When you had a feeling to it.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
game, another song with the game. So when you're feeling on that track,
Yeah.
I think
And I swear, DMX had "How's It Going Down," like the version that went on TV that had Mary on it, right?
I'm gonna say I think so. I'm gonna say I think so.
I feel
But
like it had
I
Mary
like
on it.
that version so much, I don't care.
I definitely like the album version over everything.
The album version is probably one of my favorite DMX songs of all time.
100%, bro.
Storytelling at its finest.
100%, bro. 100%. Yeah.
Another R&B hook master. Let me see. Um,
Should I do my top three then?
yeah, go ahead.
Because I haven't worked it out fully, but I know that Nate Dogg is in there, 100%.
Okay, yes, Nate Dogg's number one.
I need a Nate Dogg hook. Like you just need that. You need that.
Thanks the word.
Exactly.
He was so exclusive to Death Row in the beginning. People didn't realize that. Yo, you're the hook master.
Yeah.
That, and he started working with all these people. Oh no! So they get the hustle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think motherfuckers was writing their albums like, I'm gonna do this one with Nate, and then he was just. Mwah. So yeah, Nate Dogg. Rest in peace to the Nate.
um, I
And
would.
story, people didn't know this, but Nate Dogg was actually the most gangster in the Dog Pound. People were like, he was the one not to mess with. There was a story Corrupt told that him and Tupac almost got into a fight. He said he was banging his Hennessy bottle, and Pac was like, "Stop it!" And he was like, "No." And then Pac was like, "I'll take you upstairs, whoop your ass, and we'll come down and smoke a blunt." And then Nate Dogg was like, "I don't know why motherfuckers think they're just gonna be fine and still be friends." And so he said to like they were ready to just kind of jump him. Like Daz was like, "I'll fight you now." And so Pac was just like, "Man, I can't go nowhere without my outlaws," and just left. But yeah, they said Nate Dogg was the. There's actually a clip of Nate Dogg getting into a fight. It's on YouTube at the Montel Jordan video shoot. Method Man's there, and he's holding a golf club, and someone's pointing a gun at him.
Wow.
Yeah, so Nate Dogg was wild. Don't let the hooks fool you now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't let the fact that man was singing and wasn't doing all the rapping and whatnot.
Wild one in the dog pound. He was not the one to mess with.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to give Nate Dogg 100%. He's in my top three. I think. Do you know what? I can't believe I'm saying it, but you have to put some respect on my guy's name. T-Pain was consistent with the hits back then. Every hook he was on.
Well, not the hooks though. Which hooks?
He was on what's it called? Okay, Chris Brown wasn't rapping. Okay, fair play on that one. Which other? He was on every hook back then, and now I can't even think of any hooks.
It was his songs though.
Oh, fair. I mean, yeah, a lot of the ones I'm thinking of are his songs.
Yeah, I'm not the only rapper that was like get T-Pain on the hook. What was he gonna sing? Jamie Foxx was actually no, he wasn't. He only did Twister.
Oh my goodness, who's been doing all this? It's in my head. I'm sure I know this, but
there's a lot of groups as well. So like Boyz II Men, Jodeci. You got Drew Hill doing the collaborations. You had but the first original ones was Hey Lover with Boyz II Men and LL Cool J. That was a fucking match made in. That song won a Grammy.
Oh wow!
Okay. This is more than a cry. That was like one of the first ones where hip hop and rap came together.
Okay.
Early days when it came together, it was like okay.
No, but who's been consistent with the hooks on the rapper songs? Because you're right, T-Pain. Everything I'm thinking of when I think about T-Pain.
The hooks on the rapper songs, because if you're saying consistent with the hooks, it's Nate Dogg. But remember, when a rapper features a group or an artist, it's a collaboration. They're not just singing the hook. So you have R. Kelly featuring,
Okay, no, wait a minute. R. Kelly. I mean, F. R. Kelly every day, but
the collabo. So we're saying collabos now.
But R. Kelly sang the hook for rappers, right?
No, he will collaborate. So like, you don't understand. Nigga will have a verse. Even Fucking You Tonight, he had a verse. I'm gonna put a little stamp on it. I'm gonna put at least a little verse on it.
R. Kelly's above the feature.
Oh, he's not above the feature, just above the hey yeah. Hell yeah, he's above it. You don't give me a verse, I'm not on the song. You know what I mean? I ain't behind. Don't get Genuine for that. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I knew it was coming, bro. I knew it was coming.
Like if you notice, so for instance, Genuine on Shorty, that was a great featuring thing, but it's not like everybody featured him after that. It was Nas featuring Genuine. You're not just singing the hook, you're almost like a collaborator. Even if it's like I got no shackles on your feet, that's your mama, dog, go ahead. Mariah Carey was Mariah Carey. I mean, she did the collaboration with All Day Bastard, which was Mary for singing the hooks.
Mary was really singing these hooks.
Yeah, she was really singing these hooks. I can't remember a lot of the songs, but she had a lot of collabs as well. Like Case, Touch Me, Tease Me.
Yeah.
Her with a Little Kim. I can love you better than she can. You know that song, right?
Yeah, but but it's not giving me enough. It's not. I feel like there should be more, and I'm not.
Because you're forgetting it's those groups that are collaborating.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Because in my head, there's like, okay, we know that when you're a rapper, like you got to get an R&B singer to come sing the hook, and that was like for a whole period of hip hop, that was like how you made a hit. But now I'm starting to think about it. Like I know, for example, Murder Inc. They kept Ashanti on payroll for that, and then like 50 Cent was gonna try and do the same thing with Olivia, but I guess after one song, that didn't really work out.
No, she didn't really have a profile though. She didn't have an album out. Them times you had an album out. We knew who you were. So it was actually a collective. It's like Missy when Missy came on the scene. She featured down there everybody.
I was gonna say Pharrell.
Again, these were Pharrell's songs, though. He wasn't singing the hook. He was making the song.
Pharrell sang on Ex- excuse me, miss. Um,
They made the song though. He made the song. That's why he's on it. He didn't
but
just
that's
make
but
the
that's
song
Jay Z featuring Pharrell, right?
because he made the song. He's the producer. It's like saying, Dre sang the hook on, What's My Name. It's like, I made the damn song. That's why I'm on it. Carl Thomas sang a couple hooks for Bad Boy. He was the in-house Bad Boy hook singer.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, usually they'll get one guy in, but there's no one's standing out to me.
12 sang a couple. They did the little something with Lil
Only you,
and
yeah.
Lil Zane.
Oh my goodness, Lil Zane, bro.
They do it anyway. Tupac's birth son. When they get raised up in Hollywood, but I'm a true thug. I'm gonna stay in Hollywood. I said, all right. That was then.
Man said Hollywood.
I'm a true thug. I'm gonna stay in Hollywood. And then so yeah, they had that. So 112 would sing all the hooks for Bad Boy because I remember it was always competition, and plus I guess you get it cheaper. If you're going
yeah.
it's like charging mad fees.
Yeah.
But the collaboration process, some of the best ones, you had Nas and Lauryn Hill. If I would,
Yes. Nas and Lauryn Hill was a solid one.
it was more of a collaborative, or Common and Lauryn Hill. It was a collaborative process. So it was more, I know what you mean. It seemed like you just came and sang the hook, but a lot of the time, collaborative process. Only Nate Dogg was a hook singer because that he was the guy you go to for your hook. That was he didn't sing a full feature out song, but when it was the likes of Usher featuring, I don't know. I mean, I don't think Usher ever sang on someone's with a rapper. No, I don't think so.
Usher's never sung a hook on a rapper's song. This is crazy to me. In my head, I'm like, he must have.
For instance, if you look at Death Row, Danny Boy was Tupac's guy.
Okay.
And he sung most of the songs that on All Eyes on Me and what's it called? The Don Clementati's Danny Boy singing the hook.
Okay.
And he's on Toss It Up. He's on I Ain't Mad at Ya. Do you know what I mean? A lot of the songs because he liked Danny Boy's voice, so they worked together. It's like John Jay produced most of these songs because he knows my sound type of vibe. So
yeah.
Tupac, R. Kelly, or any of these big stars, and the song might not bang because it's still two different people. Whereas someone knows how you sound and they lend their voice to your sound, you sound better. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's why, when you have the groups, you needed a lead singer. The rest were literally to complement that lead singer's voice. Both of you, you had, the brothers with two of them were singing different verses. But when you had that, trio group, the two was meant to. The problem is everybody wants to, be the front man.
Yeah. So we only. Are you telling me we only really had like one proper hook man that you just call like I need you on the hook? It's gonna be a hit. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because everyone else would be in house.
Yeah.
Because it also helps the artists, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. I don't know. If you're listening, send me a message if you can think of somebody who was like a go-to hook person. I know there's many artists who have sung on a rap track, but I'm talking about somebody that like is dependable. You want it to be a hit, call this person to come and sing the hook, and it's going to be a hit.
More of a producer angle in that sense. Like when you're making your album, there's certain producers you need on the album. They're going to be a hit. Problem with that is the budget goes on that, That's songs on the album you're thinking, what the hell was going on? I don't run out of budget.
Who's your favorite producer? Rap producer?
Rap producer. I don't have a favorite rap producer. I don't have one.
Top three.
The top three rap producers would probably be Dr. Dre.
Dre is definitely up there.
See you
ain't gonna mention Timbo.
See,
you're thinking about this?
I'm a DJ Quick guy. Just what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. So my producers are people that made songs that are not necessarily like I'm like DJ Premier, like from New York.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like these cats were made some fucking. Even Johnny J is one of my favorites because he makes most of Tupac songs.
Yeah. Okay.
It won't be like, I mean, but if you're asking me who are the top three producers, of that time, of that period, who put in that music.
Yeah.
Dre, you would say Pharrell Williams,
Mm-hmm.
because their sounds were so distinct.
Mm.
I would say Kanye West.
Yep. Yep.
Kanye West was a top producer at the time.
He's in my top 3, definitely.
Who else was
But no, but you, I don't feel like you're giving Timberland his flowers right now.
But Timberland was more Justin Timberlake.
What? Not just Justin Timberlake. Timberland was producing for everybody, for Missy.
Fire.
Yeah, for Aaliyah.
I'm just not. I know his sound in it. Like it's just not. It's great. Don't get me wrong. He's a dope producer. I'm not saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he's not. For me, it's like I respect him. But
okay.
People that I would say the top. He's the top 5 of. And if you put him in the top 5 of a list, I'm not gonna be like Timberland.
Yeah.
I won't be like. He won't be disrespectful. He's someone that doesn't get his flowers.
To be fair, no. Jermaine Dupri did put in work. He did put in work.
He made Usher's album, Confessions.
Yeah.
His album, Janet Jackson, and so, all the stuff he produced on So Def,
Yeah.
So people don't give him his flowers, and so like people like DJ Quick, people like Daz Dillinger, who's Snoop's cousin, like the production effort. Warren G. People sleep on Warren G.
As a producer, I didn't know he was a producer.
Warren G.
Yeah.
The G-Funk intro, that whole Snoop album, everything was him, Warren G, Daz, Dre, all of them.
I didn't know that Warren was on the production side.
Do you know the song? 'Tis the season to be serving.
What you doing? Marvin like a yeah.
Who do you think that is?
If actually, no, wait a minute. You told me this on the pod. What am I talking about? Yeah. Warren G produced that. Yeah. You're right.
And Tupac called him to come down to the studio because then he said, "I brought my drum machine, my records." So he's a dope producer. So all that you can have the first if you running. Oh no, the game, but don't wait. That's another Nate Dogg hook.
God, I love Nate Dogg, man.
So I tell you another good producer, man, Raphael Sadiq.
Yes.
A legend, man. Just
To
amazing.
be honest, man, I love Tony Tone, and so.
With Lucy Pearl. So like
To be fair though, with Lucy Pearl, it's like I've got like one song, so I can't say I really know Lucy Pearl like that.
Incredible, man.
Okay.
Production, his music is just an instant vintage. His music is just
that Tony Tone sound though, that's like Saturday morning, wake up, clean your house, good vibes around, like
Hey, Ted Riley.
Have you ever oh, of course.
I am motherfucker, man.
Of course.
Riley did his thing.
Yeah.
Now we're edging into babyface territory.
Yeah, and I was trying to keep it rap producer.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it rap producer,
Yeah.
Because people think Puffy's a rap producer.
I was even going to ask you that. How much production do you think Puffy actually did?
Absolutely none. But he knew his work.
He knew the hits. He had a good ear. You could tell that. But I don't think he was really in here like.
Nah, he wasn't playing instruments. He had a team for that shit. But he's exec producer. He's the one that makes it happen.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to hear. He gets it popping.
Respect to him though. I'm not trying to throw shade. Yeah.
It's like saying Russell Simmons ain't shit because he didn't make a song.
Yeah, no. That's not the case at all. That's not the case.
But he's not a music producer, so it's not fair. Because when he was like he wants to battle Dre, this is Jermaine Dupri. I'm battling exec. You know what I mean? So it's like I also like producers who you can sleep on. Like people you don't like. What he produced that, and you're like, that's a banger. And then you realize he's a local legend. If you like,
yeah,
really messed with him.
Are you one of these like Jay Dilla kind of guys that like, yo, I rock with Jay Dilla all the way. Dilla beats. I'm like a proper,
I rock it all the way is too far. Anything other than that, I do not care.
Okay then. Jay Dilla's fans are like damn near in a cult over this dude, bro.
I don't even know what that is. Speaking of fans and cult, Travis Scott's about to lose them fans.
Oh, bro.
But
before we move on to that, don't say you don't know who Jay Dilla is out loud. A backpack hip hop fan go jump out of nowhere and stab you, bro.
I don't know who he is, man. Travis Scott. He's married to the Kardashians, right?
His girlfriend, yeah, he's got his baby mom and his girlfriend is Kylie. Kylie Jenner.
Because what's it called? They said she's worth $1 billion now, right?
$1 billion, yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna need all of that. He's gonna get his blood clot sued.
Bruh. I mean,
Did you see your boy on Drink Champs?
yes, I did. I saw clips of it. I haven't sat down and watched the thing in full, but yeah, that was one for the record.
You know what it is about Ye? What I figured out, he is the master of just cause so much of a car crash, and then everyone else has to figure out the wreckage.
True. Yeah. That's definitely.
Ask him the next day, what did you say on Drink Champs? He say, I was on Drink Champs. He doesn't even remember. And I think everything he said, like Just Blaze just copying my work. He knows. Just Blaze will call him like, "Yeah, man, I was high. You know, I'll be doing that when I'm high." And you just put, I see at the basketball on Thursday. You know, he's just
yeah.
You know, you can't take it personal.
And to be honest, I think he generally has things just sitting in his head that he's been thinking. And it's like you give him that kind of opportunity because Nori was no one's really given Nori the credit that they gave him. Nori and Ebro, but they were both making him feel so comfortable to just keep going.
Nori, I've never seen Nori challenge anything on Drink Champs.
He doesn't challenge. I'm not saying that. I'm saying
is that's the show. Nori isn't here to challenge, but you supported Trump. He don't care about that. He wants you to car crash it.
Yeah, okay.
Go off the table, my friend. They give you alcohol and weed. He wants a shit show. And
true.
Where's that? Oh my God, that's like giving a baby candy. It's like, oh, for me.
Yeah.
But, hey, we set them up. You knock them down.
I think it probably would have been harder to do something like that on Breakfast Club because Charlamagne would have jumped in.
Here's the thing, though. He will bring a different character. That personality will still come out, but in a different form. Not as comfortable.
Yeah.
Will Smith on Breakfast Club versus with him on Oprah, it's two different people.
Of course. Yeah.
Breakfast Club is fuck yeah, oh hell yeah. On Oprah, it's like,
Do you think Sway in the morning would ever have you? But
yeah.
You ain't got the answers.
Here's the thing. Ye created such a mess. Everybody watched Drink Champs. So everybody's going to be like, let's get Ye on our platform because people will watch.
Of course. It's guaranteed hits.
The funny thing is, he said he got Jay-Z and Cole into a group chat worth more than all of you combined. What he didn't say was, when the message that came, Jay-Z has left this group chat. You added to bullshit and you just realize I ain't supposed to be in here.
Bruh. I mean, to be fair, like, if it's true, then big up you, man. Like, well,
if it's true, what's Jay-Z? If you really had money, Ola, and so come to the group chat and said, I'm worth more than all of you combined, what would you really do?
What if I was worth money?
If you were a billionaire, if you were worth that paper, what would you really do?
I'd laugh. No,
this guy's just insecure right now, right?
Not really. I would just laugh.
If you really have money, you don't even have to say that.
Yeah, but what my point is that, like, most of the people that have money know that a lot of these valuations they're an art, not a science. Put it that way. A lot of the time that people say, "Oh, so and so is worth so and so," they do some calculations and blah blah blah, and they come up. What's that?
The court case hits.
Oh yeah, then they're bankrupted. But yeah,
with them legal fees start piling up. Kelly, I don't owe my royalties. Of course you don't. All of a sudden, I can't read and write. Of course you can't. Of course you can't. Where did you figure that out, Kels? Why was it out your first 6 albums?
Bro, I mean, to be fair, I think R. Kelly's case is slightly different, but yeah.
What I mean is, everybody, when trouble hits, then you start seeing what the money really is at.
Yeah, of course. Let me tell you. But I think Yeezy is probably worth a couple of, maybe 3 billion. I don't know about the 6 or the 8 billion figures that I've heard. The collaboration with Gap hasn't come together fully yet, I don't think. I don't think it's fully run its course yet to be able to say that kind of valuation. But one thing I do know is, if you understand the game, the valuation game, play it 100%. If you got confidence behind you, then say you're worth 10 billion. Why not? But
Nobody can prove what your worth is.
exactly,
People are so fascinated by figures, they believe it, and so it's for that person that believes it.
exactly.
Whatever you buy into, whatever that is, then that's all on you. But for me, this is for me a sample, an example of true paper. There was this website. I might have told you this story before. There was this website that they used to just throw shade on celebrities. If you were a celebrity that had an eating disorder, they just brought that shit out. That was their thing, yeah. And that was their thing. And so one time they said something about Hulk Hogan and he didn't like it. So he decided to sue the website. And the website was like, yeah, we just show up to court a couple times. Once, after two, they say they're gonna go to trial and drag it out, he'll drop the lawsuit because he ain't gonna be able to fund this. They just noticed that this motherfucker's coming to court regularly and confidently. Where is he getting the money to fund this trial? Not knowing it was some dude from Silicon Valley who dared kind of hinted he was gay, and he had a vendetta against them. So he was funding Hulk Hogan's trial, and they put them out of business.
Wow.
The chart came up to like 1.5 mil. My man had 1.5 mil to waste just so you go out of business.
I wish I could afford to be that petty.
Imagine. So how much? 1.5 milli. He said, I got that, don't worry. There's people hungry. Can you imagine? And that's why most of us are not rich.
What? Because we wouldn't spend 1.5 on that.
Because we would be the pettiness we would have.
I know. I was just saying this.
Pettiness.
I said this to the Bill earlier on, man. Like, I know that some of the reason God hasn't given me all the wealth that I want right now is because I'm gonna start slapping people with money. I want to. Oh my god, I'll be an absolute tyrant to certain people. If I feel like you didn't believe in me at some point, I got a bone to pick. Oh, the things I'll do with money.
The vendetta list. Oh, this nigga didn't believe in me. Buying shit you don't need just to prove a point.
Bruh. People be like, come and perform for exposure. Alright, well, I'm gonna buy the venue where you're running your show, and now I'm gonna tell you to come and do the show here for exposure. How you like that? Like, I would just be petty the whole time, and that is something that I know God wants to work out of me, man. Because
also, I'm very wary of how people follow figures and use that to almost make a mark for success. They hear how much George Clooney's worth, or Brad Pitt's worth, or Ben Affleck's worth. And, I judge a man by his worth, not necessarily by the figures that he throw out.
Yeah.
I'm worried when a man says, I'm worth, I heard 50 cents and I'm worth 40 million, but I was living in this. It's like, why do you always feel like you have to tell us how much money you're worth? We're impressing here, from the worlds I've always seen from people who have money. Man, what motivates them is not even the kizash. What keeps driving them is not the money. Actually, the money is, it can become Squid Game out here.
Well, to be honest, I think it's it's kind of ingrained in the culture now because hip hop is. If you tell rappers that hey, rap for your next 3 albums without mentioning how much money you make, ghostwriter's gonna be sitting in the room like, what? Oh man, like. It's so ingrained in the culture now to talk about these things that I don't think... I think, when you're talking about Clooney or Leonardo DiCaprio or whatever, it's a different culture you're talking about there. It's not really going to make sense for them to start, showing up on the red carpet like, I'm worth 50 mil. They just got paid.
Bro? Is that a good thing for our culture that now it's shine on a motherfucker?
Oh, bro, come on, man. You know how I feel about this. I don't think it's a good thing. I think that it's something that... Okay, it's a chicken and egg situation, right? Our culture loves it, so to do it works. It makes sense, right? To talk about how much money you're making in our culture makes sense because people then gravitate towards you and they come to give you more money. Exactly, in hip hop culture. So in hip hop culture, you talk about how much money you have, people come to give you more, and people respect you more. So something has to fall out of the loop first of all. Either rappers have to start going, I don't want to talk about how much money I'm making, and lose all of this until they catch up, or the culture has to stop caring about how much money someone makes, so that eventually rappers stop talking about it. But until either one of them is willing to take the L,
Kendrick and J. Cole don't talk about how much money they make.
they don't. Yeah, and to be honest, I think it's fantastic what they do, but they are always going to be put in this sort of like, you're one of these woke niggas. Like, these.
Yeah. And it's just music. It's
just music. You know what I'm saying?
You know, the fantasy guy, the guy trying to get the girl off the block guy, the storyteller, the noisemaker, you know, the shooter, you know, the guy that goes in the club and tears it up, you know. Yeah, you had fancy stories of, you know, drop $1 million on a stack, but I'm back, you know. Like Tupac will talk about, you know, get my, you know, I want to make a couple million, and I'm chilling, fade them more. And then the next time, at least, the love was stuck, use a motherfucker.
It's called range. It's called range.
I'm going from the strip club to Bill Clinton, Mr. Bob Dole. You're like, oh my God. I can drop low on this. This is like talking politics. You know?
Yeah, man. To be honest, Park didn't care, man. Park had said he wanted to say, he's gonna say it.
Most rappers just stick to the script. I'm fucking you tonight. They won't break up. Tupac was bro something that is, you know, something poetic in it. You're like, what? You know?
Yeah. I mean, I love him for it. But yeah, like
love, which is, you know, a tune about Kyla, knows how to party. You know, keeps it ever since Honey was wearing Sassoons, looking like a Rob Liberace.
Yeah.
The city is the bomb, you know, in the six, you know, where you need condoms and all of that stuff. You're like, whoa! Tupac comes in, out on bail, fresh out of jail, California, Jimmy. Like, okay, so just got out, nigga. You know, step on the scene. Okay.
Feeding for money and alcohol, the life of a West Side.
And it's all war. Only in Cali. Then he goes political. Only in Cali will we riot, not rally to live and die. You're like, raw.
I know, right?
How deep that is. Only in Cali will we riot.
Riot is rally.
Like, we'll riot on you. And you're like, I'm just thinking what political. And the next line is shake, keep you know?
I love that.
Range of just being in thought of, you know, sex song, and then look at Toss It Up. The first verse, he's tossing it up in, you know, in the Jeep, you know, put your hands up, touching up the girl. But the second verse was dissing Biggie, Lil Kim Oliver. Like, what is this with this song? You can't even whine in peace no more. So, you know, I have that balance is missing. You know, we grew up on Wu-Tang Clan and DMX. You had songs of pain and songs of partying. You know, balance, songs that make you that make you think about life, songs about abortion, you know, Common and what's it called, and Lauryn Hill, you know, it was just magical music. And I'm not saying it's not like that today, but oh my God, it's run up on just run up. I had a guy saying a song, I would never love a bitch. That's not me. And I was like never, nigga.
These dudes ain't trying to fall in love not once.
You sure you're gonna feel this way in 5 years' time?
Bruh. Do you know what, yeah?
What?
It's sad because I think some of the people that say these things, they are probably going to change in a short period of time. But there's people who live their life by it, and because they've heard it in the song, honestly, they're even more emboldened that never trust never love no hoe, never. But I'm saying, and these people will really live out their life and then be sad and miserable.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's just, I guess that you take on that persona, you know, like when many men came in the club and minded my praying. For me, I'm trying to take, you know, I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be. Niggas want to take
my life away.
Like, bro, we were in the library. Somebody is trying to take your life. You know?
Yeah, bro, for real, man. But and to be honest, how many times do people need to point out to women that whilst Beyonce was singing "Single Ladies," she was going home to her husband afterwards, man. She had you lot doing the dance, and then she was going right back. Pardon?
Was she married on it? Was she married at that point?
Yeah.
Right. All my single ladies, now I want my money back.
Yeah, bro. This is what I'm trying to tell you, man. She was fully married.
Yeah. Even like when the rappers do their albums, all these haters want to know. I say, anyone ever asks, who are these haters? Who are these?
Bruh, I need names, addresses, social security
Like, your
numbers.
album, nigga? Like, what? Like, everybody
Bruh.
has some kind of beef in the neighborhood. When I'm coming through, niggas watching me sideways. Like, were they?
Dude, but do you know what's so dope about the haters thing? Is the fact that it's so real that the same mentality is used in church. They might use different words for it, but it's like all your enemies that have been plotting against you, my God will defeat them. And it's like, what if nobody was plotting against you? What if you were just bad at your job? You know what I'm saying? What if your manager doesn't hate you? Maybe he's just fed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, but everyone loves the idea that it's like it's me versus the world. Like everybody's against me.
By the way, yeah. Also, you have to understand the so-called enemies who are plotting against you. What if you're an enemy plotting against somebody and you ain't even know that they're you and the enemy? You ain't even know that they're plotting against you. You plotting against someone else, but someone's plotting against you.
What if it's two of you hating on each other and praying against each other?
It's the maddest thing. We all want some kind of drama going on in our life that makes it seem as if it's us against the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, bro.
Like we want it that way, you know?
Yeah, I mean, bro, that's exactly how I feel when I listen to Me Against the World. It's just me against the world.
That's how I feel, yeah. But Pac was really going against the world. I can't handle my coursework problems. No, Pepe. Pac was really going through it. You know?
I ain't caught no charges now or nothing, but
some parts of the song, you know, they got me running from nines. I'm around that. Razor, one of my favorite Tupac songs. There's a line where he says, "Dear Lord, can you hear me when I die? Let a nigga be strapped fucked up." I skip that verse all the time. Imagine you're saying not my portion, then you go straight to the next line.
Hands on my
with my hands on the trigger, thug,
nigga.
Come back in strong.
Stressing like a motherfucking drug dealer.
Come back strong, even though I just admitted that little line.
Nah, bro, you have to admit those lines, bro. When I was at my wedding and the DJ dropped out, Worship the Devil, Red is my best color from 21 Seconds. I was like, we all understand. You can like a song, but there's two lines that need to get picked off. It's like when you're eating bread and it's moldy, and there's a bit that's moldy. Sometimes you just need to pick off that little moldy bit and keep going. The slice good. The slice is good.
Disappointment because when he comes in, everybody goes mad.
When he comes in on what?
Someone to sit here. Everyone's like, the vampire. It's getting popular.
What?
Then everyone goes in. But when it gets to that Worship the Devil,
it
kind of stops. You can't get the momentum back. It's just
his verse ends right before that.
Nobody recites so we are players and stick everybody.
Yeah. You
don't know. Oh my God, bro. I miss those days. That's when men used to dance in the club. I don't know what it's like now.
Bro, I don't even know, man. I don't even know.
It's such a great form of escapism. But like you said, we take the word sometimes so literal. You know?
Yeah, for real, man. And knowing that difference, being able to step back from it and recognize when you're getting a bit too close to it, you're getting a bit too involved, is so key, man. Because I know that, anything, not even just music, but like TV shows, YouTube content, movies, whatever it is, if you're starting to identify a bit too much, hey, step back, man. Just calm down.
She wants R&B love, that R&B love.
Oh, see?
Records. And I said to her, most of the people singing those songs, they weren't even in love.
This one,
they were going through it.
Based on what women want, R&B singers should have the best love lives, the best marriages, and we know they don't.
Because it's an ideal way of feeling.
Of course,
euphoria. It's a high emotion to say, I will love you to the day I die. Or some of the lines. Can you just feel how much I love you by one touch of my hand? That's beautiful. and that's why you listen to the song. But real love is like a human being. It's flawed. It's ugly sometimes. It's not cool. It's uncool. It's frustrating. It's stressful. It's boring. It's a lot of these things. But
Yeah.
it's also beautiful. It's also can be edifying. It's so many things.
Do
But
you think?
the good
Do you
stuff.
think if undoubtedly talented R. Kelly sang a real love song like "I'm gonna stick with you through the pain when you're being a bitch, I'm still gonna try and provide for you, and when you know curse me out, I'm still gonna try to respect you," and blah blah blah. If he sang a song like that with all the best instrumentals, the vocals that we all love and everything, but the message was different. The message was more about real out what love really looks like. Do you think people would buy into it?
It depends on what you mean. I mean, you can only write from what your perception of love is.
Yeah, but let's say it was a real guy in a real marriage, and he's like, "Look, I'm gonna do the boring days with you. I'm gonna change the nappies with
Well, he
you."
said it. Look at the song of "I Decided." I decided to stay home tonight. I decided I'm gonna treat you. I decided to be there for you. Decided to give up my friends. Decided I will. Decided not to go out weekends. Decided to give you a reason to trust. These are decisions that are made for us. So it's how you sing it. It's how
All
you
of,
say it, though.
all of that is fantasy, bro. I ain't
It
give
is
it up though.
fantasy, but it's what you're saying. I'm gonna do the boring things, but you can't. Remember, you're selling records here. You can't say we're gonna struggle together.
But that's my point, though.
Tesco's. That song doesn't hit regardless.
That's
I
what I'm
don't hear that
asking.
shit.
That's what I'm asking you. Like, can you talk about the real struggle of it? With like, let's not say because if it was like you weren't singing it as well or the instrument wasn't good, you could blame that. But I'm saying, let's say it was banging in every other way, but the message was it's gonna be a more of a struggle.
Yeah, you can, yeah. As long as you write it and sing it well,
You think people could still buy into that?
100%. As long as you write it and sing it well.
I think that's an angle that needs tapping, man.
If you can hit wet ass pussy, make it let her hit, or lick my pussy and my crack. I'm sure when she first wrote it, was like this. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Nah, but we know that sex sells, man. That one's obvious. But
Text us, but lick my pussy and my crack was unheard of.
but it was shocking, and we've always had
And
shocks.
hey, and people got behind it. I think it went up 50% since that song came out.
Bro, do you not see the clip of like when everyone's talking about eating the bootleg groceries? She was like, I started this, right? I was really out here,
I'm the fruit and veg section in this motherfucker.
bruh. Bro, she was actually wild. Come to think about it, the fact that I was that young and I knew the concept, I was
I
like,
didn't know the
what's going on?
concept. I didn't know what she meant by crack. I just thought, what? I didn't. I wasn't booty licking.
No, I'm not saying I was doing it, but when she said it, I was like,
no, though. I was barely giving head at the time.
I know. I'm not saying you were doing it, but what I'm saying is that when she said it, I was like, why am I hearing this? Like, why do I even know this is a concept that somebody would ask for?
I didn't know. I didn't even know you could do it in the bar.
Mad.
Imagine that. I thought it was torture. Until I slipped it in. No, I'm joking. My point is, like, yeah, those songs. I agree. I know what you're saying, but
Yeah.
remember, when you sing a song, if the beat is banging, the message doesn't really have to be. If you can do one song and say, I think I say it again, sing that twice, then yeah, sing anything.
To be fair, J. Cole has a song on, I can't remember the name of the album now, but called "Folding Clothes," and it's nothing extravagant. It's talking about I want to fold clothes for you. I want to make you feel good. You make me want to do the right things. Feel so much better than the wrong things. Like it's it's still quite fantasy because it's all like we're all just folding clothes and drinking almond milk. But at the same time, I think it is. Sometimes we need a reset. We need a reset from all of the high flying life. Like not everything's gonna be. I'm gonna take you on a shopping spree. We're gonna go in fancy cars.
It needs to stop making marriage sounds. They just highlight the mundane because that's the most interesting. People act like no one like just because Patrice said this is the face of a man in love. It doesn't mean it's facts. It's just funny, but that's not the truth because that's not the face of a man in love. I've been around men who love their wives. Your face is your face. It's not going to be like this every day. Yay! Because even women in love are not happy every day.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You're touching on a very good point there. Like, we need to stop narrowing everything down to like one.
To the struggle of it.
Yeah, I mean, like when you talk about when some people talk about single life, they might make everything seem like it's all about being lonely or all about sleeping with whoever you want. Or
Right, getting so much pussy you can't even sleep.
yeah, everybody basically narrows it down to one thing. When the truth is, it's a plethora of things. You might
Yes.
feel lonely sometimes. You might
Right.
be excited about all the sexual conquest,
Right.
and then you might be like, do you know what? I'm enjoying this. This is actually pretty good.
And
I need
it's
some.
always unskilled comics who come in and it's straight, okay, I'm married. So the best way is to, punch down and do this typical, I can't watch Sky Sports routines. You know what I'm saying? Whereas real people document what their marriage is really like. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like Thingy, I think he was the Canadian guy. I can't remember his name. Mike Walton, I don't know what his name is.
Mike Wilmot.
Yes, and he was talking about his wife. He's getting older, but she's horny because she's done with menopause. He said, "Have you ever seen a woman on menopause who's horny?" And he played it out, and it was just like it was funny because this is where he's at.
Yeah,
You understand? As
yeah,
opposed to women on menopause, can't even say good morning, they lose their shit, and you're like, oh really?
yeah. We need to stop going with the broad strokes and with the obvious things. Like introduce us to the reality, the
Black
nitty
comics,
gritty.
when black comics come on stage and they apologize for being black immediately.
So yeah.
By the way, I didn't steal your cars when I came in here. Get the fuck off the stage. The fuck off you.
bruh.
You come on and do material about Brexit and shit. Everyone's looking at you weird, like, are you stealing cars?
I'm never gonna say bro's name, but one time seen a comic go on at the store to do the gong show. My guy came on and said, "I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I look like a monkey, innit?" And I was like, "Oh my goodness, hey, don't do
I said,
this."
no, I'm nothing you like a bitch.
Even white people were looking like this is inappropriate. I just
No, a gorilla, not a monkey.
Bro, it was so awkward. It was
And I
like,
get it, because I get it. I never apologized, but I did have that pandering moment where, you want it to be nice. But
yeah, but come on, man.
come out, that is too much. Or when Nigerians go on and do the email jokes, no, I'm not even here for that.
Yeah,
I've never written an email joke.
yeah. I mean,
Like my discussion of Nigerian is never from a self-deprecating point of view. I never apologize for doing it.
we can't, and it needs to be that way, man. I can't keep doing these dead Nigerian prince email scam jokes, man.
And
I'm,
so
I'm tired of all of those. All of lazy comedy
I
is
heard a comment,
tiring to me.
all that racism shit, it's just I said that racism. I said, my nigga, you don't have to do this material. No, it's not racism shit. What?
Oh
We're
man.
the same minute. We just, do things different. I was like, oh, that's your breakdown of racism, my nigga. Keep going, bro.
Bro,
I
what
mean, I hate to love comedy so much. We're in the back of the comedy room and you're watching. I hate watching comics struggle or have a bad night. I can't deal with it.
I can't do it.
Especially if you walk into the room and they're like, "Funmbi," and you're like, "Oh man, please be good." I want to have that awkward conversation afterwards.
I can't handle it, man. If you come back from bombing, I'm gonna pretend I didn't see your set. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see your set, man.
I got to a show. I got to 99 last week, and one of the comments was like, "Funmbi, I think we've met before." Hello, if we had, I didn't remember. All these white folk look the same, but I knew her husband. She said her husband was speaking about me. We met at a comedy club. She showed me a picture of the husband. On God, I know that nigga. Like I did. The whole time I was speaking to her, I'm racking my brain trying to figure out who her husband is. And she was like, he told me to get early to watch it because I was going to come in just before my time. But he said, he's a treat. I thought, oh, cheers. Because I had no intentions of watching her.
Yeah, man, I feel bad about that. Sometimes
I'm
people are like,
like,
oh, I really enjoy
um,
watching your set. Yeah, I'm off now, yeah?
and I want everyone to know it's not personal because we've done this so many times. I want to go home.
There's some people I do want to see their set. There are some people I want to see their set, but a lot of the time, it's. Do you know there is? And it's sad, but a lot of the initial excitement that I came into the game with is tempered by real life now. Now I'm thinking about the fact that I need to drive home, the fact that like I might need to do something with my wife, I might need to come and upload the pod or whatever it is, or I might just have work in the morning, and so, bruh,
Also, it's the reason I don't. Like I stayed and had a chat with them during the interval, then I left because I just like to keep it moving. To be honest with you,
but
like
no, I like to keep it moving in this country, but in the US, I really love how the comics have a good hangout culture. Comics will be out all night.
that's comics that hang out together are the ones that make sure you don't go nowhere.
No, no,
I'm on
no,
my
not like that.
I'm on my Michael Jordan shit, man. I stay away from the team.
What really?
Mm. I don't really like hanging out like that.
I
Familiarity is content, man.
I love it,
One thing I
man.
learned from comics, man. They're not. I don't like the clicking. I just like to be neutral in it.
It's not. Yeah, it's not about clicking up, but like, even when I
I
was
feel
at
like when
when
you
I was
hang
at the
with the comics
cellar.
long enough, it just gives you opportunity for your business to be spoken about. Do you see what I'm saying? I feel
Okay,
like the more you don't, the more no one knows about you, the less they can say about you.
all right, fair
I
play. I
don't
mean,
like to hang around longer than I need to.
I know we've discussed that a couple of times, but like, I think when it comes to like having a culture around it, like grabbing something to eat or just chopping up with the comics, finding out what's going on the road, hearing each other's stories, and so on. Like, I found that to be so dope, and I like the fact that everyone's got time for each other and they can pop up, go do a set, come right back, and more people have joined. Other comics who are around have come through. Some have bounced to go do their sets. Like, I love that camaraderie, man. I wish I had more of that, to be fair. But
Nothing, nothing drives me crazier than being in a car with a bunch of comics going to a show that's longer than from London to Manchester. I would rather take the train.
wow,
Yeah.
yeah, fair play, man. Fair play. I mean,
Like,
I understand.
we're gigging on the same bill tonight. Do you need a lift? Nah.
Wow.
Nah, you're good.
Wow. I guess yeah, maybe it's just a personality difference within
It's
us.
the first night thing, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know that when I'm here, I just like to be on my way. But
I
I
like to
think
be alone when I'm on that road. I like to be by myself.
really,
Even when we go Manchester, like I don't like when we're doing the comedy store, I won't meet the comics for lunch or nothing like that.
wow, yeah.
For breakfast or nothing like that. I'll do my own shit for the whole weekend.
So if let's say you and a comic are getting flown out to a gig, will you ask the woman at the desk for a separate seat from for the comic so you don't have to sit next to them?
155%. No, I won't ask them at the desk. Normally they do it anyway.
Okay. When we went out to Amsterdam for Quarters Full, did you?
That was different because I saw you as friends, not comics.
Okay, okay. I see your
Yeah,
point now.
I saw you as friends. So like when me and Dave Fulton, who I love, and we were going to Sweden.
Yeah.
I was bored in the plane. I hadn't seen him. I was like, yes, I want to sit next to him. and, you know how he is. He just jumped me on the back. I was like, what's up, man? But we had separate seats. We got to Sweden. We do our gigs. He goes his way, I go my way, and I'll see you at the gig next tomorrow night.
Are you so like after the when you're away somewhere else with another comedian, where it's
Like
new to
Dubai.
both of you? Do you never just yeah like Dubai? Do you ever just go out for a drink with the comic or like go get dinner with the comic?
Absolutely. When Gail has paid, or we might get
Uh,
you might eat together in the when the food time is.
yeah.
But when I went with Peter White and I can't remember the Irish comic, we were around the same age group.
Okay.
So it was I would hang out with them in bits,
Yeah. Okay.
but I had limits. Do you know what I mean? Like once I'm done, I'm done. you know.
Yeah, fair play. No, it's good to have boundaries as well. I mean, like,
But when it's
that's
older
cool.
comics, I'm standoffish a bit
Okay. So it's
because
like you don't feel like you could really, we ain't really got nothing to discuss or gel with. So,
yeah, and I don't
okay.
want to be your black friend.
All
I'm
right.
not interested in being your black friend.
All right. Fair play. No, no, no.
Because
Fair play to you.
you know me, I'm a lot to, you've been around me, I'm a lot, and I don't want you to misunderstand that and then say some dumb shit now to spit at you, and then,
Now we can't finish the tour because.
right, right. So everybody knows Funbi so smiley and friendly. That's a great way to think of it. Just leave it at that.
All right. Fair play,
One of the
man.
comics at 99 said to me, learned about the Michael Jackson documentary, and I said, I don't believe it. And she just looked at me like, sorry? I said, yeah, what, two white boys just come out and say, I've been fingered and was supposed to buy it. Say, but I forgot, I'm not talking to Allah now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So she doesn't know. Funny story, did I tell you about the Michael Jackson thing?
What about it?
I wrote a children's book for my friend.
Oh yes, 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 yes. You did.
Oh,
You called and asked me about it. Yeah, yeah,
right, with the Michael Jackson thing. So like I said, we don't see Michael. Everybody I spoke to was like, oh, I didn't even think of that. I didn't think of that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But for her, it was real. Right now, couldn't just now black will just dismiss it when we support someone. Oh, they didn't do it. You know what I mean? So I'm very
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, and it does make for very uncomfortable situations. You do a lot of fake laughing and a lot of interest in stuff that's not really that interesting. But what I do like is the fact that usually if you've like I did I went with Joseph Wilson to Zug in Switzerland. Now that's not really like my homie or anything like that. We cool. I hadn't even seen him for years. But the fact is that because you're both in a situation where you're out of your comfort zone, it usually leads to way more fun because you're both exploring together, right? So
Right.
I like those. I like those moments, man. I like those. Like, let's go on an adventure. Let's try and find somewhere to eat, or let's like
Okay.
try and come up on something fun to do. But I like doing escape rooms on the road.
What?
No, I like doing escape rooms on the road.
I'll do that, but I'll do it by myself.
Bro, what? You do an escape room by yourself? Usually ask you to bring a team because some of the
Oh,
games.
yeah, but I mean, I don't know if I'll do that with another comic. No, I wouldn't. If someone said to me, "Do you want to do an escape room today?" I'm like, nah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
Okay.
Because I know
I'm
you.
I'm usually that guy trying to drag everybody to
The other
the.
thing is like I've seen. I was in the green room when comics were slagging you off in front of me, and I was sitting there thinking, I was actually disappointed in myself that they felt so comfortable. But here's the thing:
I
I
mean,
was stuck in that place where I can't wild out.
yeah, I wouldn't, but it wouldn't even make any sense to why that. It's like that's how you feel. That's how you feel.
I just kept quiet. But then that's when I realized that's why I started like I don't like hanging around too tough because familiarity
Yeah,
is intent.
I feel you, man. I feel you on that.
So
It
yeah,
makes sense. It makes sense. When with the way you're putting it now, it makes sense. I guess I keep coming at it from the idea of like, oh, like everyone's generally a decent person. We're gonna have a fun time,
look at
but
Imran.
yeah,
Everybody, Imran will tell you. Everybody's like, blah, blah, blah. You meet these people like Imran. Oh yeah, he's a fucking. Why is he so positive? And you're like, I thought y'all were boys,
yeah. I mean,
right? So that's because of that example with him. I just kind of said, yeah, let me not get, let me not pretend like we're all family here.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah.
I know
There's a lot of
uh,
bitchiness.
right, and I know who my peoples are. I know who to turn to when I need something. I got enough. I mean, that cliche of I keep my circle small.
Mm,
It is cliche, but in these instances, man, you got to keep it. Look at when we were in Edinburgh. How many times did you see me in the Love Bar? Or in the bars?
man, forget all of that, bro.
Yeah, I came straight home to comfort, to familiarity,
Yeah,
to Def Jam. I would cancel a meeting with an agent in that night to go and watch that pizza with Def Jam.
yeah, man.
Because that's comfort for me, you know?
Yeah, that's real. That's real. And to be honest, it's like it reminds me of this Issa Rae quote about how everyone's always trying to network upwards. But sometimes you just need to network sideways, man. Be with the people that actually are on the same journey as you, that actually care about you, that you're actually on the same wavelength. And yeah, you might think because they're on your level, they're not going to elevate you, but you'd be surprised how you can elevate each other. And I was like, okay,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, that
why
makes
don't you
sense.
elevate together?
Yeah,
Same
yeah,
people who you were trying to elevate to now want to work with you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it makes sense, man.
Yeah,
It
it's
makes
still
sense.
like to protect my peace. I'm comfortable around the people I'm comfortable with. I'm always cool with people, but I'm not really here to be a buddy.
What's the two-part quote for the week?
Um, I got a tattoo today, so um,
Can we see it? Or is it
yeah,
still it's still covered up? Yeah, it's still covered up.
still covered up, but it's a
Okay.
sibling tattoo.
Sigma
Sibling.
sibling tattoo.
Yeah, my sister's doing a list of 40 things to do before 40. She turns 40 next year. And
Ah,
she
okay.
a sibling tattoo. So it's 5 dots, and you get a circle. You have to circle where you come in the rankings.
Ah.
So
So did everybody get the tattoo?
everyone's getting the same tattoo, yeah. But I got it first because if you don't start the ball rolling, everyone's going. But there's 5 of us. There's no way we're going to get it at the same time.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah. But the two-part quote is get your tattoo. um, Only because I listened to No More Pain and just speaking about speaking things into existence. It's funny how we skipped the line. You know when he said when I die, that nigga be strapped, fucked up, and high. But what you don't realize is that's the mood for that moment,
Okay.
right? Because in No More Pain, he says, "When I die, I want to be a living legend. Say my name affiliated with this motherfucking game,"
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's powerful because that's exactly what happened.
True. Very true. I mean, I think you've quoted a bit of that before on the podcast. One of the episodes is called "Living Legend." But yeah, I 100% identify with that, man, because when I think legacy is a big part of why we do what we do. I think we all want to be remembered in a certain way, and we want to have some kind of impact. And I think most of the stuff, if you look at it, people forget that along the way and start chasing other things. But
I think people want the thing that people chase is the acknowledgement of the impact. People want their flowers to be advertised.
mm,
People's legacies. When you hear about someone's legacy, go to a wedding, go to their 50th birthday, and hear what the people who truly care about them say about them. And the legacy is, when you're good, when it's real, you hear that moments like Funbi's the kind of person who will give you the shirt off his back.
mm,
Oh, he's such a giver. He's so you're such a warm person. That's your legacy, bro. That's what people remember you for. No one's gonna come to you and say, "Oh, Ola, when I checked his bank statement, it was bare zeros." They're
I
gonna,
mean,
oh, Ola, the way he used to draw girls, my goodness, bitches after bitches after bitches blood. No one's gonna say that at your 50th birthday.
I mean,
One time, Ola took 2 girls back to the bathroom. Like, you like, man, you know what time it was? No, bro. You're gonna be looking at your boy like, bro, did you not get the memo?
bro, it's true. It's real.
But your legacy is what people will remember you for. But people want that to be advertised because we celebrate the LeBron Jameses, the Tupacs, the Jay-Z's, the Beyoncés. Because we so loudly see their achievements and celebrate it, we want the same for ours. So we think we're not achieving. We think we're not building legacies. But
Yeah.
remember, when you're gone, it's what they will say about you that counts. Because R. Kelly has an amazing legacy, but when he's gone,
True. True.
fuck
And
that.
I think one of the things I really want my children to understand, and younger people in general, is the fact that there's a um, there's a difference between being known or being remembered and then being known or remembered for the right thing. And I think today, like, attention is attention. So people don't even think about, like, what do I want to contribute. People don't even think about, like, what do I want to perfect, what kind of craft do I want to master. They just kind of think, how can I get the attention? And so you can pretty much do anything to get the attention. You can make stupid videos, or you can pull a stunt, or you can bang girls, or do OnlyFans, or whatever it is, and kind of get that feeling of having achieved something. And so, yeah, man, the important part of that quote, and what I'm probably going to use this time, since we've already used the living legend part, I'm going to use affiliated with the game, because
Right.
at least he was known. Like when you talk about
Yeah.
rap, you got to talk about Tupac.
And that's magical in that sense.
Yeah,
That's the part that actually that blew my mind. Because I've heard that song a million times. And but
yeah,
when I heard affiliated, I just
yeah,
wanted to know when you say this rap thing, you can't
yeah,
my name.
yeah,
He wanted everybody to know that he put it down for this art.
yeah,
LL Cool J said it on the podcast when he had interactions with Tupac. And LL Cool J showed a lot of growth because Tupac dissed him, but he never brought that up. He never threw shade. He said he's someone that should be respected and remembered. And he said there was one time he was hosting an award show and Pac ran up and snatched the mic out of his hand and was trying to yell into the mic, but the mic was off.
mm.
And he was like, "Yo, Pac, what's wrong, man? Why are you? What's going on?" He goes, "Nah, man, you don't give me enough love." Da, 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 da. And Pac was like, "I just shouted you out, Mr. Smith," and he was like, "Oh yeah." He said, brothers who was looking for love.
Yeah,
Remember, Pac had daddy issues. It's hard
yeah,
to say that as a grown man, I got daddy issues. That level of abandonment plagued him. And he was
yeah,
constantly looking for elderly figures to guide him. And when he didn't get that way, because of that sense of rejection, he lashed out. You see what I'm saying? So we
yeah,
get that. The beauty of that, what I'm trying to say is human beings are flawed, man.
yeah,
And the way we try and hide our flaws through bravado, through jest, through being promiscuous, we try and hide those insecurities.
yeah,
Some of them get to live them out in public. Most of us get to live them out in the secrecy of our own, the privacy of our own homes.
yeah,
But it's still the same in level of insecurity.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So what like you said, to say to young people, your legacy is not necessarily it's not going to necessarily be how many bottles you popped in the club or how many times we saw you, pull up to the red carpet. It's going to have to be more than that. It's going to
yeah,
be when my tax was wrong or this was wrong or Jay-Z did this for me, how he helped me get my album through. Those stories are way more fulfilling than he popped bottles in the club.
I was just watching a clip from 21 Savage. He's saying that Jay-Z's the one that sorted out the legal team for him, and when he came out, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna pay you back." And Jay-Z's like, I don't want your money, man. Like, pay me back by being great." I was like, first thing I thought was, I can't wait till I have enough money to say some cool stuff like that, like, "Hey, pay me back by being great." But second of all,
No,
that's such a chess move, because what Jay Z has managed to do in sort of this phase of his life right now is build up an entire bank of people who are sharing legends about him, about stuff that he's done behind the scenes. So now people every so often someone comes behind to say, "Oh, do you know that like Jay Z and Beyonce funded this, or Jay Z did this?" After a while, people start making stuff up. Nobody will even know it's true. People be like, "Hey, you know the Super Bowl? Jay Z decided who was gonna win. You know." Or people gonna take it to the level of like, "Oh, you know when so and so came back from the dead, Jay Z raised them back up." Like the legend is gonna be bigger than anything you could ever imagine. After a while, it's quite interesting move to watch.
to be fair, I mean, I take all those stories with a pinch of salt. Feel like everybody glosses up the struggle story so that it makes, it's got to have a really hard beginning and a soft ending.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
My taxi on the way back from Philly, I had $2 in my pocket. But the cab driver was so real. He said, "Listen, just write the script here. When that script becomes a millionaire, you come and find me." And then they find the cabriolet guy, and he's still driving the cab. And that kind of story. You're just like, man, I can make him. I just gotta find the cab driver. But I get it. I get it.
yeah,
In the world, you're constantly looking for inspiration, for something to believe in, something to motivate you, something to make you believe that, your voice is being heard or being felt. So I get why those stories come out. My friend posted a video of a guy. He was like, I think it was on TikTok people or the Instagram, and he was like, those videos, man, them your expectations are too high. You want a woman to do this, this, and this. But
Yeah.
are you doing this though? Da, 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 da. So I just wrote to her, what a bitch ass nigga.
I know exactly who you're talking about. I know the clip, and yeah, people say that a lot.
And she said, I'm a misogynist. Da, 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 da. This is me. Look, who is that message for? Like, who do you think is sharing that post? Women. Men don't give a shit.
Of
Well,
course.
when do men listen to other men for advice about women? When?
If you want to smash,
Right. When you need advice about women, who do men go to? Women. When I want to take a girl, I asked my female friends, hey, listen, talking to this girl, and you know how women break it down for you. Make sure you pick up at 7, for me. If you're gonna be on time, make sure you'll be on time, You're like, jeez.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, your boys, what they're gonna say? You're gonna beat. Oh, you know what they're just gonna be like, did you smash? That's all they're gonna ask you.
Bruh.
Yeah, women are really thinking this guy is giving. This is her. He talks a lot of sense. I'm sure he does.
Bro, everybody needs a champion, bro. Everybody needs a champion.
Remember when the guy who the first guy, the first one who was that cheated, then he cheated, and then
Derek Jackson. That's one of the boldest Negroes I've ever seen in my life. That guy is back out selling masterclasses, bro.
I said I want to buy his book so I can learn how to cheat and still be taken serious. do this. And I said, yeah, any man who chastises other men in the bid to impress women, we don't play. That's a bitch ass nigga.
Of course, of course. To be honest, like the first rule of talking to men, is that if you start with disrespect, you're not getting through to that man. Never. You're never getting through to that man. So if you really are trying to reach men and you're not just playing up for women to kind of pat you on the back, the first thing you do is come on a respectful tip.
Of course.
Because even if you've seen a man wilding out, you know that the moment you disrespect him, it's escalated. It's another level. Even if he was wrong, now it's on a different level. You're not dealing with the same problem.
Russell Westbrook wore a dress for Fashion Week. He wore a skirt. I don't know if you ever saw the picture.
I think I did, yeah.
It around the internet. And you saw the comments. And one guy said, say to his face though, you see, that guy is still a 6'6" athlete.
Bruh, that guy will whoop you into overtime, bro.
With the dress on. You don't want to get whooped with a nigga with a dress on now, do you? Full bravado until, like you said, until you get disrespectful. And what I was trying to explain to her was, he said, "Mandem, your expectations are too high." Who told you that?
I mean,
he said, "Our." It's me. Who's we?
I mean, to be honest, yeah, if brothers spend all their time complaining that I'm so single, I just can't find nobody, I want to find love, then yeah, maybe come to them and tell them, oh, this is maybe where you're going wrong. But I don't think men are really complaining like that.
That's why I said, who is this for?
I think the men them are really kind of winning, if I'm honest. Like apart from the sort of general complaints about how women behave and man, them not really being able to compete and just keep spending money and blah blah blah. Those are the complaints. But in terms of like finding a woman, kind of everywhere. Like anyway, yeah. So I've had a conversation with that same brother, and I kind of said to him like, look, this was on Clubhouse. I was like, brother, look, let me be honest with you. A lot of the stuff you're coming at from, it's very one-sided, and you know that there's an agenda you need to drive. But he always tries to make it sound like, everything concerning women is just such an emergency. Like we just need to resolve this now.
Yeah.
And so, whenever people talk about like, oh, who's gonna pattern up the guys? He wants to be the guy that patterns up the guys, so that he can turn to the women and be like, nah, like I'm. Yeah, I just know for a fact that like even if you do want to work with men and you want to help improve men's lives and outlook and blah blah blah, you can't come on and disrespect it. You can't.
The best way to even do that?
What's the best way?
By example.
100%, bro. You just spat the real bar right there, bro. Example? If we can't see you living that life, man, then why am I coming to you?
I'm not coming to you?
Why am I coming
You're
to
not
you for
even
this?
married. Why am I taking any advice from someone that's not even married?
Bruh, show me what you're talking
Tell me what
about.
you're talking about.
So yeah, it's real, man.
Yeah, anyone could book a camera and talk about how men are fucking up. I could do that
Yeah,
in my sleep.
yeah, that's a big part of the problem, man. A
And I'm
big part of the problem is the fact that there aren't enough people really showing us. There's a lot of theory, not a lot of practicals being shown.
course, that's what. Because where's the money? The money's in the cure. Ain't no money in the money's in the medicine. Ain't no money in the cure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right.
The
You're right.
money's in the medicine. It's not in the cure.
You're
They
right.
don't
You're
want
right.
problems to go away. They just want to highlight them. Be the
Yeah.
perfect voice of reason. If I can speak slow enough, when my heart beats and yours doesn't, does that mean we're not together? Right. All these
Mm.
quotes. If he doesn't love me like this, then I don't want it. What does that even mean?
It's
One
just,
guy was like,
it means you single, sis.
one guy was like, "You not ready to break up friendships because someone posted a meme this morning?"
Bruh. Bruh, I'm telling you, man. There's a lot of people in our generation who are waste, bro. They're finished.
I remember I went on stage one night and I was like, I agree, men are trash, man. I feel that, but women are annoying. I'm not gonna pretend like you're not annoying.
I mean,
Doesn't mean you're bad. Don't get me wrong. This means to men, you guys are annoying.
yeah.
I know when you look at us, I spat on the ground. And they laugh because it's true, but I'm just trying to let you know, ain't nobody perfect here.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%, bro.
I stay in that zone, not in this fantasy of, and if we just do this together, what a wonderful day it will be. I can't guarantee that. I'm probably gonna fuck up on Thursday, but I'm sorry. That's just the way I am.
You are not serious, bro.
There's sometimes you look at your wife and you just like, Tola, no, babe. I'd say your wife out on the business. Babe, I just can't do it today, man. Just can't do
it. Nah, it's real, man.
Sometimes
it's
your wife wants smoke. You're like, you know what? You want smoke? Let's do it. Let's do it. Back to back. Bring it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just a day. And sometimes it's cuddle. Sometimes your wife comes cuddle you so much, you're like, did I do something wrong? You pay me the tip and everything. It's unpredictable. But we want to pretend like there's this professor out there that can fix it.
Yep.
You're buying books that just want to keep you depressed.
Yep.
When I look at my parents, I took them to the airport on Sunday. Nigerians take your life away.
Yeah.
They went to church, had to wait. They came back from church. They drove to Heathrow, had to make sure they packed well. Obviously, they overpacked, had to pay for extra luggage, had to walk them through to the gate. What? They're together, man. My mom was still nagging my dad during driving. This my dad, let me see job once. I'm driving, please.
You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it, man.
I sat in the back like, hey, don't talk to my mom like that. But it's cute, bro.
Yeah, man.
Quiet because she knows him, and he knows her. But we don't want to get to that. We're breaking up after 2 weeks.
Bro, longevity is not our forte in this generation, man. I don't think it even makes sense most of the time. Like if you look at the way most things are going, they're supposed to be recycled very quickly. The idea that your phone is supposed to be kind of done after a year because there's a new one, or the idea that even now, like if you tell somebody, back in the day, people stay in the same job for 50 years, they give them a gold watch after 50 years of service or 25 years of service or whatever it is. Now, if you need to grow your salary, and you don't grow your salary by staying in the same company waiting for a raise. So people change their jobs every year. People constantly move from job to job because they know that if you apply for a new role, you're more likely to be able to jump your salary up. So, of course, people are going to look at the entire life, when everything is constantly telling them, like, longevity is not worth it, man. If it's not working for you, get out. I can't even keep a 3-month gym membership. I'm like, no.
Not even just the longevity of it. Just you need to get more.
Yeah.
Working, get more. So I used to work in a phone shop. And the truth is this, there's not much you can do in 18 months of the phone you released. there's not much you can change. It's like buying the new FIFA. Yeah, they put a new skin on it, but they still go with the same engine. Oh, they tell
Yeah,
you added step overs in the field tackle, but it's just a new year. All we have to do is change the names of the teams,
pretty much.
the
Yeah.
phone making. So all you do, you've come after 18 months to increase your line rental for what we've added now is a torchlight. I used to have customers coming in saying, "What does this phone do?" Blah 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 blah. What's that? Then you don't need this phone.
Yeah, yeah.
I had one guy. My data's not enough. I want 20 gig worth of data. I said, you don't need 20 gig worth of data. No. I went in and said, for the past month, you've used 1.8 megabytes of data. It's not even up to a gig. That's what you're using a month. Well, it was just looking at me. Really? To me, yeah. Really? But you're willing to go higher in a tariff and make money that somebody you didn't even use.
Bruh.
People used to come into the phone shop. What does this phone do? It calls. If you told them it's saying text messages, that's it. What else do you want to do with the phone? And now, of course, now the phones are like laptops. That was early days of the laptop beginning. Now
Yeah.
it's so essential to your existence,
Yeah.
right? Because it has data, your information. You can get somewhere, you want to search something, but this world we live in, we constantly want things that I won't say we don't need, but I don't know if they help us as humans.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things now that I think they are. After a while, like when you've met everybody's needs, you have to start creating new needs.
Right.
Right? So most people in the West are okay. You know what I'm saying? We got clean water, we got food, we got shelter. You know what I'm saying? Like we get an aspect of some comfort, some luxuries here and there. So then now it's like, well, would you give the person who doesn't need anything? You give them needs. You give them new needs so that you can give them more stuff. Uh, and so every so often, I look back on it and say, if I think back, when my mum was my age, she never even had to pay a mobile phone bill or an
That's it
internet
now.
bill. She did like so. These are essentials to me now.
Right.
Those are not essential to her. All
That's
right,
just what's
fine.
on the table.
But I mean, all right, fine. This has already been integrated into society. Most of society expects you to have a phone and the internet access, right? Cool. But then I now start thinking about some other things that I expect as almost a necessity. Like, I need to have access to content. Like, I need to be able to watch movies and listen to music on demand. Like, if you think about if there was a time where people had to carry around crates of records to get one specific song, they pull it out, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm like, I need all the music that's ever been made at a second's notice on my phone. Bit by bit, all they've done is given me more and more needs. I don't need to have every song available. I don't need to be able to stream music. I could
Phones ruined development shops.
look at that, bro. Look at that. Ain't
Remember
nobody
back in the
developing their
day,
pixel,
the photo from the guy. You go back in 3 days.
bro. Just to see,
They
just to
write the
see if
name
you
on
took
that
the
little film
photos.
packet. You pick out the film. You don't even know how the photos come out. Bare red light. Shit. I knew I should have moved it.
Yeah, man. For real, you're right.
But you still posted those photos. There was no filter. The guy in boots wasn't about to start doing Photoshop for you. You know?
Man,
Now there's not even any more memories. Like, I'm not going to Wizkid's concert, but I will be at Wizkid's concert
of course, bro.
on Snapchat.
Of course, of course.
My WhatsApp stories.
It's real, man. It's real. So yeah, I mean, life is changing. So
I don't even go to church no more. I just follow WhatsApp stories. And I can't even understand that concept. How can you be on your phone in church?
you know how it is, bro.
Pastor's going in. How do you know? You're not listening.
That's funny. That's funny. But the truth is, you can. I mean, you can stream church, to be fair, but like, I think as
I
we
don't mind streaming church, but I'm saying that I'm watching someone's phone.
yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But what I'm saying is that like as we move into like new phases of life and society and changes and technology and blah blah blah, it's gonna be on us to decide what's necessary and what's not necessary. And so for me, like it took me a while before I even got to a point where I turned off notifications on my phone so it doesn't tell me every time I get a
Oh my
message.
god, I turned off my messages as well.
Like
You know, when I pick up my phone, I don't see the message icon. I just put it down again.
this is it. So it's it's like we have to make that decision. It's not going to be made for us. And the people who we're relying on or whatever think we're going to make these choices, they're not. They're going to keep putting as much stuff in front of our faces
You
as
know, when
possible,
Newcastle,
and they're going to tell us we need more.
since Newcastle's been taken over, Ola, I've never been so sick of my club. It's news report after news report. We've been linked with Jesus. It's about Jesus and Angel Gabriel in the Summer Sunshine window. And you read all these stories, and everybody picks up on them, and it creates this, oh, they're not doing this and they're not doing that. And you just realize, one, it's all just clicks and likes. I watch Sky Sports now. They have differences of opinion just because.
Yeah.
It's like you told me, we're going to do a discussion about race in society. We have Ola, the comedian, who's going to be talking about it. And next thing you know, they've got Sharon from, Plymouth. You didn't know what's coming.
Yep.
Come and feed you some kind of alternative. And you're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Exactly.
And the radio station's like, what? You want your people just going to agree with you all day? We want conflict.
Yeah, bro. For real. For real, man. You ain't told no
Conflict.
lies, man.
That's what drives the world, bro. Conflict versus conflict. That's what drives us.
Yeah, I hear you, bro.
You could put out Sunday service. Someone would be like, but is it better than Friday weekend, though? The Friday weekend.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, we write scripts, and if you're gonna write a sitcom, for example, one of the first things they're gonna ask you is where's the conflict. Like it's one of those conflict is one of those things that really does drive human behavior, because it opens up to so many emotions, it opens up to so many storylines, it opens up to so many possibilities, and so on. But I think not enough of us are fully taking the time out to go, well, what do I want in my life? Not what just makes for good TV or what makes for good movies or what makes for good music, good promotional strategies. What do I actually want for my life? That's a different question. You might you remember when I said before that a lot of people are just kind of taking in a lot of stuff and kind of living their life by it. A lot of people watch reality shows, for example, and see someone get angry and chuck a drink in someone else's face in a reality show, and they start to put it in their head that I can't wait till I'm a bad be like that. I'm gonna chuck a drink in someone's face.
You're gonna get punched in the face, boy.
This is what I'm saying. It's a different life. Those same people who might be doing it for the show, they might not do that in their real life.
They're not just doing it for the show. Like, they're encouraged.
They encouraged it. Yeah.
They shots of tequila to get them highly intoxicated and get them to the point where when the cameras come on, they're ready to act a mess. So you can't live your life watching someone who does that on TV.
For real, bro. For real. For real, man. Bro, I can't lie to you, man. I feel like we should wrap this up.
Why the drama? I can't lie to you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't have to lie.
I know, right? Do you know what it is? I'm flagging right now. I don't know why I'm so tired, but...
No, it's 10 o'clock, bro. We old. It's 9:30.
It's 9:30, to be fair, bro.
We old, man. We getting there, man.
Yeah, bro. Maybe just before this, I was just trampolining. That's what I do to work out, and I took Dara as well.
You're trampolining.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, that takes it out of you, man. Trampolining is tiring, bro.
I can imagine, man.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, so yeah, I am.
Well, you go ahead and trampoline your way home. I don't know what that is.
That doesn't make no sense. But yeah, bro. Anything you want to say to the people before we wrap up?
Yeah.
Profound.
Okay, everybody listen to the podcast. Always remember, it's not about how you start.
All right. Uh,
Finish that, Ola.
it's about how you finish.
Standard.
All right.
I said,
All right.
always know. It's never about how you start, but how you finish.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
That didn't hit, that didn't hit the soul.
No, I need to go ponder on that when I'm a bit more
A bit more.
on the ball, man.
The Lakers have started really weird. But one guy said, I'm not concerned how they start. I'm concerned with they finish.
Mm,
So people might knock you down when you start, and people are laughing at you, and you're trying to figure it out. You haven't got there yet. Just wait till you finish.
yeah, I like that. No, you're right. You're right. It's a good reminder, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good reminder.
For the creatives.
Yo, guys, thank you for listening, man.
Thank you very much.
Much love to all of you.
Oh, that's.
Much love to everyone that tunes in every week. Um, much love to everybody who sends a message, tries to let me know that they've been listening to the pod. Appreciate you. Um, the videos are going up on my YouTube channel, so if you want to watch them in video form, then go check it out on my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/, Ola the comedian. But as always, the audio is everywhere that you currently get it. And yeah, hit us up on socials and just interact with us a bit more. Like I said, let me know if you can think of any like go-to hook singers for rappers,
Yeah, man.
for rap songs, man.
What's your favorite? Well, tell us your favorite ones.
Yeah, tell us your favorite ones. All right, guys. It's at Funmbi on Twitter, at Funmbi on Instagram, and at Ola the comedian on everything. That's on Neighborhood.
That's on Crip.
All right, stay blessed, man. BQ Pod, BQ Squad, listening to the BQ Pod. We out. I'm definitely tired, bro.